we're back. We're on. If Ashley would come up on Mondays, we have food from Kith and Kin.
Why didn't you invite me on a Monday?
If she comes on Fridays, we have McDonald's. And the same folks that own the McDonald's here in Roswell now own the McDonald's down in Carlsbad, the Snowburgers out of Roswell.
Yes, they are super nice. I got to meet them not long ago. Super nice. And Kith and Kin, love it.
Yeah.
Yep, but Chief, we're going to have to come up on a Monday or a Friday.
Wednesdays, no food is what you're saying.
Wednesdays, there's no food.
Okay.
We have water in the wine cooler over there. We've got a K-rig in the back if you want to burn a pod and make some coffee.
I'll make sure I feed him for bringing him up here and him taking the time to come up and talk with everyone.
That's great. Oh, and one other thing about the Snowburgers, I don't know if they've done it down in Carlsbad yet, but they've been installing electric car chargers.
Oh, I haven't noticed.
So
I haven't noticed.
Yeah, and I think Nick has one of them Teslas.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you've seen one or ridden in one or anything like that. Of course, at the fire department, you guys have to have some training for those because, like, when they catch fire.
Yeah, when they catch fire during extrication, all that good stuff. Yes, sir.
Yeah, not a big fan of electric cars, I would think.
It's
different.
It's different. I can't say it's better or worse. I mean, it's just different.
I tell you, they're fast. Central Valley Electric Cooperative has one, and I got to go for a ride in that. Once right after they first got it, and naturally being the geek that I am, I pointed out to Mike on the screen in the Tesla how to activate fart mode. So there is that in the car.
I'm like, how are we going to learn about this?
This is interesting.
And, you said it when you make a turn, or it activates certain passengers, so you can have some fun with that.
Cool.
Okay, I think I may allow my son to have the Tesla that he wants, just so I can mess with the fart mode.
I guess.
It's kind of crazy. Who we are talking to, folks, is Ashley Key, the director of Carlsbad Main Street. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you.
And Rick Lopez, who is the Carlsbad Fire Chief. And Chief Lopez, thanks for coming up and visiting with us today. My fire extinguishers have been tagged.
Awesome.
I mean, not tagged. That's bad. They've been certified. They're good. They're good.
They're updated, yes.
They're updated. The folks here in Artesia make sure that we're all good. So, and you probably get a little bit of that down in Carlsbad,
yes,
too.
Yes, we do. We deal with a lot of that down in Carlsbad, yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes,
it's important that it be done. Well, Ashley, what do we want to talk about today? You brought the fire chief with you. You've got some kind of a challenge coming up that we want to share?
We do. The Firefighter Combat Challenges is starting this Friday and will be run Friday and Saturday. Chief Lopez came to Main Street earlier in the year and asked us if we would partner with them to bring this event downtown. I know that it was something that was planned to happen during our Cavern Fest, is to bring it down for Cavern Fest. But since COVID, we haven't been able to hold Cavern Fest the last 2 years. So we are super honored to be partnering with them and just so excited that they asked us to join the event.
That's great. Combat challenge. Now, when I hear the word combat, I'm probably not thinking what your combat is going to be all about. So tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on.
This is the Firefighters Combat Challenge. It's put on by On Target, is the company that brings it down. We've hosted it in Carlsbad, 15, 16 years now. We've always done it down at the beach area, a real beautiful backdrop, of course. But the issue had been in the past is getting something else with it, whether it's a car show, whether it's a chili cook-off or something else, because this is unless you know someone in the competition, it's a come-and-go event. Okay. So it was kind of tough to bring a big audience. This combat challenge will go all over the United States. Then you qualify at an event similar to ours. Then you go on to nationals and worlds and set records, and you become world champion, single elimination event type thing for the team relay and all that. So it's a big deal in the firefighter community. And again, we've been doing this for, over a decade.
Wow.
But I was trying to get it downtown to have other things with it. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, COVID kind of put a wrinkle in that. The first couple of years I tried to get it downtown, and then so Ashley said, how about we just do it by itself and bring everything around it?
Yeah.
And so I'm happy that we were able to pull that off. She has made me very tired. This is a lot more than I was used to, because I just bring the event down. We'd set up some bleachers and we had fun. Now there's a lot more to this. So I'm real excited. This is a lot been put together for this. A lot going on. So it'll be awesome for the community. You come watch a few races. You can get something to eat, shop. I mean, there's just going to be so much down there. We have live music. We have, I think Ashley's going to go into the details here in a minute, but it's a lot. It's going to be a heck of a weekend.
So these are firefighters.
Yes. Taking
part in these different events. Yes. What are some of the competitions that folks are going to get to see your firefighters?
So the race, you're in full bunker gear, so they're full setup. And the individual race, they're actually on air. So they actually put their mask on. Put the air on. They pick up a high-rise pack, throw it over their shoulder. They run up 6 flights of stairs, set it down, hoist another hose to the top, set it down, run back down. Then they take a sledgehammer and move the iron pig, the Kaiser, 5 feet. They beat it back, and then they walk the serpentine, so there's cones set up, and they get a chance to catch their breath. They grab a fully charged 1.5-inch hose, stretch it out, show water, set it down, grab a 185-pound dummy, and drag him back. That's the competition.
You didn't tell me I was going to be at this.
I'm like, are you exhausted as I am just hearing that?
And well, because I'm a little more heavier than 185. You said 185-pound dummy. I'm a little more. Oh, you mean like a dummy, like
yes, a mannequin.
A mannequin.
A mannequin. So yes, we don't get to pick someone out of the audience. So
there's a dummy right there.
There's one. So no, we don't get that luxury. I mean, we don't get to do that. So
yeah.
So Carlsbad, we had a team that practiced for several years, 4 or 5 years, shaving off seconds here and there. And it was a team of 5. So they have the individual race, they have a tandem race, which is 2. Then they have a team event, which is up to 5 individuals. And a few years ago, we broke the world record.
Oh, wow.
Then we broke our record. And then we broke our record again. So our record is 1 minute and 2 seconds to complete this. And give or take a little.
It took you 2 minutes to describe it, so yes. That's pretty amazing feat, yeah.
And when you watch them do it, you realize they're fast, but you don't realize how fast they are until you try it. And it is awesome how fast they can be. So this again is a qualifying event. We're expecting people around the West Coast to come on. From Texas, Arizona, Colorado, teams from all them areas to come down and participate. I don't know which ones are coming yet because they can wait till the day of to sign up.
Okay.
But I do expect a fairly good turnout. Last year, On Target had trouble with COVID getting the events to actually make. So I think this is their first full run for the year to get some good competition out there. So I'm hoping that we have a great turnout.
The training, I mean, these are events that firefighters may be called upon to have to perform in the line of duty.
Correct.
So this is probably excellent training.
Awesome training.
Whether you succeed in the competition or not is probably just excellent training.
Yes, it is. They say it's the toughest 2 minutes in sports. So and it is. I personally never been able to get under a 3:14 on my time.
On the individual or
on the individual. That's not fast. But I mean it's a respectable time, but at the same token, it's not a competing time. So my point to all that is the hours and hours of training that these men and women do is just to get their time under 2 minutes is amazing. The time they put into this.
Now you mentioned something that I was going to ask you. You said men and women. So is it divided into men and women, or is it just any firefighter, male, female, you sign up individual or you're part of the team and you compete?
Yes, to all of that. So what I mean to that, you have the individuals, then you have the women's, then you have the over 40, you have the over 50, you have an over 60 class, you have an all women's team, you have an all women's tandem, or you can mix it up. So any version of that, they have a place for them. So
it's not just for the young kids. There's divisions for
correct
folks that have been in the firefighting business for a couple of years. So that's great. So how long have you been with the Carlsbad Fire Department?
18 years.
So you probably were a part of this when this got started 10 years ago.
Yes, I did run a few times back then. But again, the amount of training you have to do to compete to actually compete. Running, it's one thing. Competing is a whole different one.
Yeah.
It is so time-consuming.
Well, sure.
My hat's off to the guys that have the time and make the time to do this.
So what was that meeting like when everybody's just kind of sitting around and either read it in the paper, or I don't know if the internet was as prevalent. I mean, it was around 10 years ago, but I mean, what was the inspiration for this? Who decided we ought to do that?
Chief Reynolds.
Chief Reynolds, okay.
Chief Reynolds, I don't know where he's seen it, where he heard about it, because they obviously went around putting this show on, and he decided he wanted to have it down in Carlsbad. He thought it would be a good fit, and it was. And he retired in 2013. That's when I took over as chief, and I kept it going since then.
Yeah.
And I just think it's an opportunity for the firemen to go out, show their stuff, and it's fun for the community to come watch.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted it to get bigger, and we finally, well, thanks to her, we figured it out.
All right, Ashley. So
it's been a big group effort, really.
Sure. So it's off the beach now. It's on Main Street, downtown Carlsbad. So why don't you talk a little bit about the surrounding events that will be taking place this weekend?
So I'm really excited because right in the middle of Canyon and Mermod is where the tower and the challenge is actually going to be set up. It's going to run down Canyon Street in downtown Carlsbad. So alongside it, our local Cars Club has set up a car show that will happen Saturday morning. They are going to kick that off at 10 a.m. We're going to have vendors, food trucks. There's going to be an EMS appreciation happening during the event. Native Air will actually bring their helicopter downtown and parking it right in the middle of Stevens and Canyon Street. And then we're also going to have
That's the best time
concerts.
to see that helicopter, by the way, is not when you're...
Not when you need it.
Not when you need it.
Yep.
But you're glad it's there when you do need it. But if you really want to see it and talk to the pilots and the technicians and everybody, this would be a great time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We also have a great concert lineup. We've got Grupo Veneno at 5. JD and the Badlands is going to kick off at 7. And then Mark Pal is coming down to join us at 9 p.m.
Okay.
So we're going to have beer gardens. We're going to have vendors, food, EMS appreciation. It's just going to be a really great day downtown. But on Friday also, there will be the individual challenges that kick off at 4 p.m. Milton's will have a nice setup outside of their brew. And that'll just be more of a chill evening downtown watching the challenges. And then Saturday is going to be just plan to spend your whole day downtown.
So with the number of teams and individuals that you're anticipating being there, this could go on all day on Saturday? I mean, when do you plan to start your events, the competition events on Saturday?
At 1 p.m.
At 1 p.m.
And it should take about 3 or 4 hours to complete, give or take. Depending on how many people sign up, we can speed it up, we can slow it down. It just it depends on the ones that want to come and participate.
Yeah.
So we'll have that figured out by 1. But everything else kicks off early.
It kicks off
Yep,
early. Okay.
We'll be going. So the car show starts at 10 a.m. and really the day won't end until 11 p.m.
Okay.
So
that's on Saturday.
She's going to be really exhausted after Saturday.
You put in for next week off? You got that?
Well, I'll enjoy my Sunday off.
There you go. And then 4 o'clock on Friday is when some of the events, your individual events are going to start on. And so they'll be right there in the middle of town.
Right down Canyon Street.
Yeah. So you mentioned this tower. I take that's part of the climbing aspect of it?
Yeah, it's a 6-story tower. It's kind of an awesome setup. It comes on an 18-wheeler, and they just, with their hydraulics, stand it straight up, and the truck just sits there, and they lower the lower step down, and here we go. So,
well, that's great.
They'll be setting that up. When are we doing that? Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Thursday night, we'll get it all set up for Friday, and it'll be set up and ready to go.
That is fantastic.
There's actually another great thing happening Saturday evening. So the Anti-Drug and Gang Coalition in Carlsbad has set up a teen night that'll happen down by the Cavern Theater. And it's a place for teens to come. There will be axe throwing. There will be food. There's a DJ coming.
Whoa. Wait. Did you say axe throwing?
Axe throwing.
And teens.
And teens.
I'm
glad I'm not chaperoning that one.
Is this? I hope this is contained.
It will be contained.
Okay,
yes,
all right.
Yes. And so this is also while their parents are down at the challenge, enjoying the concerts down there, they get to have their own area.
Okay.
And so the Anti-Drug and Gang Coalition has set that up really with this challenge as it's went along. so much community buy-in, different organizations and different companies also sponsoring and wanting to make the event bigger and better. It's really turned out great. And the EMS appreciation is being held by the Carlsbad Medical Center.
Okay.
And they wanted to include that with it as well. So really, as the planning went on, I was even just in awe of how
everybody kind of came together.
Everybody just came together just to make it as big as it could be and really show support.
That was fantastic. Now, is there any cost to come in and observe and watch any of these events or the car show or anything?
This is a free to the public event.
Free to the public event.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you got to buy your food.
You got to buy your food, and there's vendors. You can do some shopping.
Yeah.
But it's,
yeah. But
and
to come out and attend,
Milton's beer garden, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's a charge for that. But if you want to come watch a challenge, you want to come listen to the bands, you can bring your lawn chair on the courthouse lawn and enjoy the music, and there's no charge for any of that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, and the EMS appreciation, I want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So the EMS appreciation dinner was normally, the House CMC would normally put that on once a year, and it was more than just EMS. It was kind of a first responder, police, fire, EMS. They did an appreciation for us down in Carlsbad every year. But of course, with COVID hitting, we had a big turnout indoors, so those have all been canceled. You know how that goes. So to do it as safe as possible, we would do it outside. So when better than when we've already set up this challenge. So they're going to have an area sectioned off, and they're going to feed all the EMTs, police, fire.
Oh, that's great.
They're going to handle all that. So it's kind of, I wouldn't say private, but at the same token, it's going to be sectioned off to where it's just for them.
Okay.
For that moment, they're gonna
have that down there on the.
They're gonna have it downtown also. So so when you see that, you
can honk,
it's set
you can
up just for them.
wave, you can do a
it's
thumbs
set up
up.
just for them. It is appreciation. So we're really thankful for that. We were worried that if we did it indoors or we did it at a different time, that depending on which direction we were going, it'd be canceled again. So with this, we're complying with all the rules, so it just makes it safer for everyone.
Yeah.
And we're able to pull it off. So
you got to do what you got to do
for CMC. Combining that.
Yeah. Nobody wants to get that phone call from Santa Fe.
No, we're doing our best to comply.
Don't want the phone call.
No.
So that's great. So this is pretty exciting. Now, there's some folks you want to thank for helping put this on?
Oh, definitely, yes. We've had such great support, and really, Chevron was our title sponsor, so a huge shout out to Chevron for supporting the event and joining in this year. Native Air, we've also got ChampionX and ConocoPhillips, Trans Aero Medevac. They were all huge supporters also of the event. And then Town Place Suites by Marriott and Home 2 Suites. They have given us great discount deals for the first responders that are coming in for the challenge. And so we appreciate them so much. And then also the Post Time Inn in downtown Carlsbad. They have been a sponsor for the event as well. So thank you to all of our great sponsors and making this event just the best it can be.
Yeah, it sounds great, and but you don't have, because it's run by the what's the company On Target. So they're the ones that are aware of who's signed up and everything. Have they shared any of that with you?
They're in town already, and I was. To be honest with you, I was on vacation and I got in last night, so I haven't had a chance
to take it after the event.
I couldn't squeeze it all in. There's too much going on. So anyway, I haven't had an opportunity to sit down with them. We've been on the phone together to see who's registered or not.
But you anticipate from all over.
Oh yes,
New Mexico,
actually,
West Texas.
On Monday, a group from Whip Fire, they contacted and we're trying to get registered. So I know they'll have a team down there. Hobbs usually brings a team down. I don't know if Artesia's going to be able to make it this year.
Yeah.
I know they're a little short-handed and times are tough down here right now. But and they're powering through that.
Yep.
So I don't know if they're going to be able to pull the team together. So I'm working. My team, the one that broke the world record and has the world record, has kind of dismantled. With some retired and is having kids and things, life happens. So we're regrouping right now.
Yeah.
So I expect to put on a good show with the team that does sign up. But they're new ones. They're going to.
So when you guys set the world record, and you hold the world record, your team.
Yes.
I won't ask him what year that was, but did you get to do any kind of a media tour? Did you get to travel anywhere or represent
Yeah,
as far
they
as
went
that?
on to nationals. They went on to Worlds. I believe they got second in Worlds because, like I said, it's a single elimination when you go to Worlds. So you just have to beat the team running next to you. Doesn't matter if you set the world record or not. You just have to be at that moment faster than the other team. So they took second in that competition. So yeah, we actually Representative Catherine Brown invited us to the Roundhouse. And we took some pictures up there, and she announced that to all the legislation and up there at the Roundhouse. So that was pretty awesome. So there was a lot of media and a lot of
a little bit of recognition for that.
Yes, it was pretty awesome. And
so where did you go to compete in the nationals or at the next level?
The Worlds, they went. It was in Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
That year they were following NASCAR, so they had it at the NASCAR, one of the races there, and so. And it moves around every year. It's somewhere different. So well,
I've been to the race at Phoenix. I didn't realize they had one.
Well, maybe it's Phoenix. It's Arizona. They follow the NASCAR circuit that year, and I don't know where they're going to do it this year. I looked, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
So because they move around. They have a different city hosting them.
Yeah.
Every year.
Well, that's great. So it's Friday and Saturday. It's this weekend, folks. So you need to make plans to spend some time down in Carlsbad and watch these firefighters compete. Do you feed off a crowd noise cheering, or are you just so focused with all your gear on and everything?
Each one's a little different.
Yeah.
I think some even wear their earbuds in there just to focus, but then other ones feed off the audience, the announcer. Depending on which announcer comes, there's one guy we really like. He's just awesome on the mic.
He kind of tours the circuit with
tours the circuit with them. So it's just again, since this is their first year back in the full swing. I don't know what to expect on their end. They put on an awesome show either way.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people do feed off the crowd.
That's great.
We definitely got to get out there and pump them up.
Yes,
That's right. That's right. So, well, excellent. Well, Ashley, is there anything else you want to mention about this weekend, or?
Just everyone come down, and it's really going to be a great weekend downtown, and everybody's going to enjoy it. The family's going to enjoy it. There's going to be a kids challenge as well. That way the kids can run and kind of see what it's a little bit like.
Yeah,
just a smidgen of what it's like to run the challenge. But they'll be able to have a good time down there as well. There's going to be lots to do for families, just really everyone.
Excellent, excellent. Ashley, thank you so much for coming up and be with us here today.
Thank you.
And nice to meet you, Chief Lopez. And
thank you for having me.
So, and come back anytime. Your counterpart here is going to be our sideline show guest on our sideline show before the football game on Friday night. So he's going to be down on the track with camera in front of him and microphone. He's actually going to have to talk on the radio for
a little bit,
10 minutes.
Good. Chief Hope will do fine.
I'm sure he will.
Yes,
but
he will.
I don't. I've never known him to say a lot.
Well, hopefully he'll surprise you on Friday.
I think that'd be great.
He's a good guy.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming up, being with us. Thank you, Ashley, and let's get you back up here in a couple of weeks. But remember, Monday or Friday.
Monday, Friday, food.
Yeah.
Kith and Kin Monday, McDonald's Friday.
That's right. That's right. And I'm open to nominations for other,
Wednesdays?
For Wednesdays. Yeah.
Your little bakery downtown. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact name of it.
Sweet Confections.
Oh, they're cupcakes.
Yes. Woo. Yeah, they're awesome. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear that, folks? Sweet Confections on Wednesdays.
On
maybe.
Wednesdays. Yes, there you go.
All right. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take a break, get the Zoom room open, and we've been told no clown jokes today. We told clown jokes yesterday, and no more clown jokes. like the one about the cannibals that were cooking up the clown, and one cannibal looked at the other and says, "Does this taste funny?"
Oh my. Okay, no more clown jokes.
Or the two clowns that were eating a cannibal, and they said, one said to the other, "I think we got this joke wrong."
I think you should double down and have twice as many clown jokes.
Twice as many clown jokes. All right, we'll see how that goes. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We're going to take the break. Be back in a minute.